The United States' leading investigative agency will soon have new leadership. FBI Director Christopher Wray announced Wednesday he plans to resign from his post at the end of President Biden's term in January. Wray made the announcement during an FBI all-employee town hall that the Bureau later posted online.
This is not easy for me. I love this place. I love our mission, and I love our people. But my focus is, and always has been, on us and on doing what's right for the FBI.
In a statement, Attorney General Merrick Garland says, quote, Chris Wray has served our country honorably and with integrity for decades. He has my gratitude, the gratitude of the FBI agents and employees whose respect and admiration he has earned. President-elect Donald Trump struck a very different tone. He wrote on Truth Social, quote, the resignation of Christopher Wray is a great day for America, as it will end the weaponization of what has become known as the United States Department of Injustice. In that post, Trump also praised his pick to replace Wray, former federal prosecutor Kash Patel. Patel spent the day meeting with lawmakers on Capitol Hill to try and shore up support among Senate Republicans. Here's what he said when asked about the news of Wray leaving.
We look forward to a very smooth transition at the FBI, and I'll be ready to go on day one.
CBS News Congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now. Scott, good to see you. Trump was the one who nominated Chris Wray in the first place, but he's been talking about replacing him. Can you explain the significance of this moment when FBI directors usually serve out longer terms and how Trump's view of Wray turned sour?
Now, there's a reason FBI directors get 10-year terms, to inoculate them from presidential politics, to avoid them being partisan appointees, and that tradition is about to break here, and I think that's what's concerning a lot of the Democrats here on Capitol Hill. In fact, Virginia Democrat Mark Warner, who chairs the Senate Intelligence Committee, says he is gravely concerned about the independence of the FBI because of this move, that it may be setting a precedent now for future presidents to bring in their own guy, their own woman to lead the FBI with partisan motivations. Chris Wray has been under pressure to stand down because Donald Trump has nominated a would-be successor before the job was even vacant. Kash Patel, 44 years old, is a figure closely aligned with Donald Trump. He was there after the 2020 election, perpetuating Trump's baseless election fraud claims. He rose in prominence in the final moments of the first Trump administration. But his loyalty to Donald Trump through the years is a big concern for senators who want to see the FBI remain independent. They believe that independence is now very much under threat with Kash Patel as the nominee.
And Patel says he wants to close the FBI headquarters. He says that he wants to go after the so-called deep state. What's the expectation for how he would run the FBI, and how have other senators reacted to him at this point?
As he walks up and down these hallways to meet with senators, Lindsay, he's not taking our questions just like that. No doubt he's being asked that behind closed doors. But we did get one readout from Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn. We asked him about this statement from Kash Patel some months ago that he would like to shut down FBI headquarters and turn it into a museum of the deep state. Senator Cornyn says it was his understanding or his impression that that was hyperbole. Kash Patel, like all the nominees through here, is not engaging with press questions. Nominees for the cabinet tend not to do that with media. But he's going to face those questions in a confirmation hearing. And those confirmation hearings begin as early as January. And you better believe, Lindsay, Democrats have queued up questions just like that for Kash Patel to answer on a public stage.
Let's turn to Trump's pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. He met earlier with Senator Susan Collins of Maine. Here's what she said after the meeting.
I had a good, substantive discussion that lasted more than an hour. I obviously always wait until we have an FBI background check, and one is underway in the case of Mr. Hegseth. And I wait to see the committee hearing before reaching a final decision.
What's the mood on Capitol Hill at this point about Hegseth's chances of confirmation?
Now, Susan Collins is a particularly important voice here, Lindsay, because she has a history, a track record of defying Donald Trump on key votes. Even though she's a Republican, she has bucked the party on a number of things. But we're not hearing Republicans come out and say, we have grave concerns, or we have big questions, or we have concerns about the path forward for Pete Hegseth. Bit of a climate change, if not a vibe change, from last week when we started hearing about backup plans and alternatives to Pete Hegseth. Seems he's improved his standing over the past few days. But let's see what happens when he walks into Democrats' offices, or what the readout is from other moderates like Susan Collins after confirmation hearings. There's a lot of space between now and the gavel going down of a formal confirmation hearing. So there is time, and that may not be Pete Hegseth's friend if he's doing well at this moment.
Perhaps time for another vibe change. Scott MacFarlane, thanks so much.